This video is a review of our experience installing and using the Tesla solar panel and PowerWall 2. The installation itself took 2 days. 40 solar panels were installed in 4 separate groupings on the back and side of our house. This system would provide a theoretical 13 kilowatts of electric production, but reality is this system produced a maximum of 10 kilowatts of energy as the sun never fully hits all solar panels in optimal position and angle simultaneously. Also, our property has tall trees which further degrades peak energy production. After installation, the county inspection occurred within 1 week, and after that it took another 4 weeks for our local electric utility company to install a net meter and approve for use. An electrical conduit connects the different solar panel groupings and ultimately drops down to the inverter, which we have located next to the electric meter. The inverter converts the variable direct current output of the solar panels into an alternating 240 volt current usable by the house. On the inverter itself, you can see how much electricity is being produced real time. It is the number below the PACW on the far right screen, currently hovering around 930 watts. Below the inverter is the main on-off power disconnect for the solar panels before it connects to the rest of the house and the grid. On the electric meter itself, you can see it is a net meter by the word net on the bottom of the screen. The electric flow on the right shows that the grid is providing power to the home. Of course, it is 9 a.m. and most of the solar panels are still in the shade. We'll see later in the video what things look like when the solar panels are producing maximum energy and power is being fed back into the grid. In our basement, we have 2 power walls installed next to our main house electrical panels. We actually have 2 house electrical panels, one that is backed up by the power wall and the other which is not. The electric panel that is not backed up by the power wall contains our HVAC and other appliances we've elected not to have powered up during a blackout. The PowerWall gateway indicated by the red arrow provides energy management, metering, and monitoring of PowerWall functions. The solar and PowerWall have their own independent electric panels shown here. To open, you have to press up on the lever while simultaneously pulling the door down. The 2 power walls we have are stacked on top of each other. Tesla could have installed them outside, mounted on a wall, and/or separately. The power switch for the power walls are located on the side. You can see a continuous green light showing both power wall systems are working normally. Let's take a look at the Tesla app. Please note the time, which is almost 9 a.m. when the solar panels first start to become active in our location. The first screen shows how much charge is left in the power wall, currently at 39%. By selecting the power flow, one can see the real-time flow of electricity. Right now, 1.1 kilowatts of energy is produced by solar, which then flows into the house. Given the house requires 5.5 kilowatts of energy, the grid supplies the difference. By selecting the bar graph, the overall energy usage during a single day can be visualized. The different icons along the top determines what energy source is shown in the chart. Going back to the home screen, the backup history shows when and how long backup power was provided to the home in event of a blackout. Customize provides different options of how energy stored in the PowerWall can be used, whether only for blackouts or can be used on a daily basis to provide power to the home when solar is insufficient. There is an option to always leave a reserve amount of power for outages only, currently set at 30%. Performance shows how much of the home's power was supplied exclusively by solar or the PowerWall. It is now 11:45 a.m. and solar energy production is near its peak. When looking at the power flow, the home's energy is completely fulfilled by solar. The remaining amount of solar energy is used to recharge the PowerWall, which currently is now sitting at 66%. If you look at the outdoor electric meter, there is no movement at all. Later in the day, when the PowerWall is fully charged, the power flow shows only a trickle of energy going to the PowerWall. Power is now mostly being fed back into the grid. If you look at the outdoor electric meter now, it is now going backwards. The red arrow shows when solar is giving power back to the grid. Once the sun goes down and the house is requiring more energy than solar is able to produce, power is supplemented by the PowerWall. Once the PowerWall drains down to the user-selected amount, the grid then provides power to the home again. The cycle repeats the next morning. A special situation is during storm watch. Tesla automatically monitors for any weather alerts issued by the National Weather Service. During this period, both grid and solar charge the PowerWall to 100%. At that point, the PowerWall is kept in reserve in event of blackout. Once the weather alert passes, operation returns back to normal.